Hey, it's Spence from WP Launch Fight. I'm testing out my new setup that I finally got here. It's my mobile powerhouse. Now, many of you have heard me over the last year and a half talk about how I used to be a pretty big Apple fanboy, but then I kind of lost interest after they started soldering things down to the motherboards and the value proposition went on a bender. Nevertheless, here's what's happened. About a year ago, I had to get an iPhone 13 Max, or Plus, the big one, to replace my iPhone 6, which had done a lot of good service but then bricked itself. And I was lamenting the fact that I didn't have really good use for the high-end video. But along the way, my 2016 MacBook Pro that I had been relying upon because it had all the right outputs and inputs and everything else, the battery started to swell once again, and I was forced with having to go look at what's available. Now, I did on my desktop move to a PC. I have an Intel NUC, which connects to a Roku 43-inch enabled TCL TV, the combination of which cost me under $1,000, but is amazing, along with a wireless keyboard and so forth. But I went to look at Costco where they had a deal on the Macbook Air M2s. I got the bigger one with the larger hard drive for just $9.99. Now, that by itself is pretty amazing, but I've just learned with the latest Ventura update that now I have this continuity software, which I'm using here. So finally, I can use my high definition 1920 by 1080 video capabilities, and I can use it as a mobile or desktop setup for doing these videos. And I love this because whether I'm in this studio here, where's my home office, or I go on the road, or in the basement where I've got a special lighting setup, I now have everything I need without a DSLR, without having to lose the value of this gigantic phone storage and my laptop's lightweight capability. Best of all, I have an HDMI adapter that I bought for the MacBook Air. It only has a few USB-C ports, but with the adapter I can connect to HDMI in a hotel, in a coffee shop, and I even carry around an additional screen that's very inexpensive, about $100, that can also plug in. It gives me basically a mobile desktop studio with multi-monitors, and I can even prop up, obviously, the MacBook Air to act as a teleprompter using the wireless keyboard instead of what's on there. So I've got a really solid setup. And I think this is useful because it demonstrates how you can really Marie Kondo your life and simplify things. All of this is a prelude to what I'm going to be announcing in the next week on the 17th as to how you can simplify your entire WordPress as a service business for yourself or as a solution for your client. I can't wait to reveal more. Otherwise, why don't you share with me what your setup is, whether it's Mac or PC based, and how you've got yourself configured. I always love to see what other people are doing. I'll also include a couple of shots of my setup here, along with the details of what I'm using, in case you'd like to know the details as well. All right, I'll see you in the next video. See you then.